welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name's Sophie Davis. For those of you that have already seen my videos before, welcome back. My channel's all about hair care, hair wellness and hair growth. If you like what you see in today's video, please do be sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. So let's get into it. First things first, I'd like to shout out Ambition Radio, JD the producer and Scrubs of London. For those of you that may have caught my videos, you'll see that I used to have traction alopecia, or I've actually reversed my traction alopecia. So for me it was years of perming and doing sew-ins, so doing protective styles that I thought were the right protective styles, but they weren't quite the right protective styles because it was just leading to hair damage. What I'm mostly talking about today is the fact that the cost of not only the hair damage it has done to my hair from having the protective styles in, but also the cost that comes with it. Actually, in the month of September, I started my natural journey in January, so it's been 9 months now. A part of that time, I was actually using a derma roller, and I still do use it now, but every so often, not as frequently as I was doing. So I use it maybe once a month. But I found that I got to the point where my hair was so damaged that I could no longer put sew-ins in. So for me, that was maybe an epiphany for me to actually go natural and do this natural journey. When I started my natural journey, I was so scared because I couldn't cover up my hair or my hairline any other way. I wanted a solution, so that's how I found a derma roller. So I'd been using that for 5 months and I got most of the results that I needed, but for me personally, I think it had come up early with that. It would cost me, maybe I was paying about, if I look at my calculation, I was paying probably about 400 maybe a month, maybe more than that, £400 every single month to actually do my hair. And that didn't include the extras like the upkeep of the hair. So the process of getting my hair done was to, you'd get a perm, because you'd want to perm your hair and the whole of your hair. You'd need braiding hair, plaiting hair. You'd also need the actual weave or the hair to actually sew on to when your hair gets plaited. And then any other styling tools as well. I'd have known to love my hair sooner so that I didn't have to go through that process. Actually, at first I started off with braiding my hair. I was probably about 17 or 18 years old. And then when I got to the age of 19, I just assumed that braids were something that you do when you're like a child. And I decided to go for weaves. Not knowing anything about how it worked, I was spending copious amounts of money on my weaving. I would just be willing to spend that money. I didn't care the cost, as long as I just got the style done. I wanted it done there and then. So I'd keep my hair in like a month at a time. So then I'd feel like, oh, my hair's itching, I need to get it done again. What would happen is I'd have to either get it the hair tightened up. I'd either get the hair tightened up, what we say, because what happens is when you get the sew-ins done, what happens is they start to gradually move away from the actual rows that's been plaited on the hair. So then I'd have to go back in to get it tightened up, and that costs money. So then I'd go in again to actually get it fixed and stuff, and that would be like every 2 weeks maybe. So if I'm getting my hair done every single month, then I'm paying a hairdresser maybe around £400 to £500 a month. It depends who the hairdresser is. I basically want all these nice different styles done, and I'd also want it like once I'd had the sewing done, I'd want extra, like if you have to blow dry the sewing, that would be another like maybe £30 on top. If you wanted it to be flat ironed, the hair extensions, that would be another £30. And I understand, yes, that's labour, that takes time, but for me personally, it was like I would rather have gone without food or compromised my savings to actually put a sewing on. So I was doing weaves for about 5 or 6 years maybe, and then I started wearing wigs, and that was where the greater damage was caused, because then what I was doing was I was thinking, oh yeah, no, the wigs will be something that like kind of less damaging to my hairline or damaging to my hair, when in actual fact that was probably worse. With the combs, it was just eating my hairline. So then I'd think, oh, okay, well, maybe I'm not having it put on correctly or something. Maybe I need to have the hairdressers take the combs out, because the hair would move around more without the combs because there's no grip. I was saying, oh, well, you know what? If the combs aren't working, you can add glue to the hair. So what I was doing was I was getting all of my hairline glued and then literally stuck on, and then the back there was an elastic like kind of band, and then that just closes the wig kind of thing, so it's like tight on the hair so it doesn't come off. So then I'd get that sewn in also. I think it was about maybe 3 years ago. I actually went for, because they were doing the 360 wig styles and stuff, so I actually contacted a company and said, oh, you know what, I'm really interested in the 360 wigs, because it has all the baby hairs and it just has all that kind of style, that the more natural look. What I was doing was I was saying, okay, well, I want this done a specific way, and then the more specific you are, the greater the cost. So from the time maybe 3 years ago, I was spending up to about 700, maybe £800 on a 360 wig. So in total, to put into a nutshell, I spent maybe, from when I've done my calculations, I'd spent maybe about over £10,000. I kind of felt like I couldn't go anywhere without a weave or a wig. I think the wig was talking to me, telling me what to do. The wigs were controlling my life. Like, why do I feel like I'm imprisoned with wearing wigs? It's just insane. And the cost of it, because if I add everything, by the time I add everything up of what I've spent personally on weaving and wigs and perms and styling, it's probably amounted to like the amount that I could actually put down pay for a mortgage. It was just costing me too much money. Financially, it was just a burden, and I felt like it was a normal bill. I remember having to actually speak to companies about income and expenditure and things like that, and I'd actually say to them, well, you know what, I'm actually paying £400-500 for my hair costs, and to say that now in contrast to what I'm paying now is dramatically different. I'm actually spending £30 a month, maybe less than that, on hair care to actually grow my hair. And the time it took for me to get an appointment, to wait for an appointment, to actually wait at a salon to get my hair put in extensions, to actually sit down and get it done, it would take me a day. So I thought, well, if it takes me a day to actually get my hair done, why on earth don't I utilize my own home to actually grow my own hair? Because there's no logic to it. If you're getting sew-ins, if you're getting wigs, if you're getting braids, all these styles that we believe are protective hairstyles, they're actually just causing us more harm than good. I think by the time you sit down for the whole day waiting for your hairdresser, waiting for the hairdresser to actually see you, and then for you to then actually have it done, which takes a very long time, you could have washed your hair in that time. My routine takes me, especially now that I don't have to detangle much, I do have fine hair, so I understand there are women that are out there that have really thicker hair, but I think once you nail your routine down, then you just shorten your wash days as they go along, because it's taken me like so long to actually kind of nail or almost nail what I'm doing, and I'm still learning as I go. But for me, I think doing my own hair, or you can get a hairdresser that deals with natural hair. But for me, it was that it maybe takes me about 2 hours to do my hair fully. No, maybe more than that, 2.5 hours, because I actually do a hot oil treatment every week for an hour, and then I do an hour for a deep conditioning, and then actually obviously I've got to wash my hair and stuff like that in between those times. What it used to take me sometimes to be at the hairdressers would be I'd maybe wait for an hour to be seen, even if I had an appointment, and then beyond that, when I got in the chair, then it would take about maybe 6 hours or so. I couldn't actually keep up with that kind of lifestyle. That became my identity. I couldn't even go around, if my hair wasn't done, I couldn't go around the corner to actually go to the shops or something like that. When it came to getting my hair done, I would be having the hair like literally dropping off, falling off of my head. And that was something where I was like, there must be, something's got to give here, where I'm not actually putting myself through that pain anymore. And I just feel like now a weight's been lifted off of my shoulders, because I don't have that burden of cost. And it's like, if you think about it, if you're spending that much on even on wigs these days, they're just getting, obviously they're quite expensive, a good one. We're spending so much money on something that we're gonna have to continually have to replace, and it's not essential. So that's kind of like my story about what happened with like my wig days. And I wanted to speak openly about it because I'm sure of course there's many people that do talk about it. I just feel it's important for my channel and my journey to explain. I'll either wear my hair out, which I don't do my hairs for the moment, because I'm trying to grow my hair out. My hair's twisted right now, so it's twisted and I've got it in my bobby pins. So the reason I wear the tandy wrap is so it replaces wearing the wigs. That if I'd known sooner, then I would have done what I needed to do and put the necessary steps in place to prevent not only the hair loss, but the financial direction that I'm going in now is that I want to actually really grow my hair out and just treat it as if it's like a child, or treat it as if it's like something that I'm growing and nurturing, that I really care about. And it's like something that I didn't have that know-how in the beginning. Can be authentically me without having to feel like I need to put a wig on. Appreciating my hair journey now, and that's one of the reasons why I did it, because I didn't want to keep giving explanation for why it is that I wear extensions or why, and I just got bored of it, and I do love my own natural hair. So it's something where someone said to me, feel like you're being liberated, and that's how I feel absolutely liberated. So many ladies that I see that are actually giving me the motivation to push further and push to a hair goal. And then that's what I love about the natural hair journey, giving myself that goal that, you know what, I actually want to grow my hair like as long as humanly possible. That's my ultimate goal. Can't wait to really see what my hair does next, and I just love the actual fact that I'm giving myself these challenges. So I've given myself another 6 weeks no heat challenge. I actually enjoy doing that. It gives myself something to look forward to, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. And yeah, that is me, that is my story. I hope you liked everything that you saw today, and be sure to stay tuned in for my next video. Take care for now. Bye bye.